Good morning, welcome back to Life of Dave. It's Tuesday 14th of March and we're back down the boat. See what we can get done today. Right, I'm not planning on getting a great deal done. I'm feeling terrible. I've got the lurgy, man flu, whatever you want to call it. I don't feel great. So what I'm hoping to do is get this drilled out. What I want to do is get all that done. Like I said last time, glass all along here and glass down that side. I think that's going to be rather optimistic to get all that done today. Especially how I'm feeling at the moment. So what we're going to do at the moment is I'm going to start with this side. I'm going to drill out these holes. There's some rivets up there as well, which don't seem to want to move. So I'm going to see if I can drill those out as well. So last time down I've done a load of grinding and sanding. Moved all that forward. Got loads done, so I'm really pleased with that, but I've still got videos to edit. That pushed that straight out, beautiful. And that one, lovely. I don't want to poke holes through my cover on the other side, so I've got to be a bit careful. That was nasty old chunk of rivet that was. There's a couple of tiny little holes here from the screws, which in all fairness I could probably just fill them. But as I'm glassing the larger holes, I might as well just glass over the lot, yeah. That done out. I need a bigger drill for these holes, because those are the bolt holes. Take out the rivets on the other side while I've got the drill in the end. And a couple out there as well. Straight out. Beautiful. Some holes out. There's two holes together. One there. That's probably a drilled hole and then a misdrilled, and they put one in the wrong place. So I'm going to get rid of all of those and we'll start again, start afresh. Same one here, there's a hole there and there's a hole next to it. This one, like elongated holes. Someone's drilled. So we put one in the wrong place and then redone it. This one will be a bit too big. I don't want to go right through on this, because I'll go through my window on the other side. I don't want to enlarge the holes on the window. Fillet in there and get that out. It's going to take a bit of cleaning up after, I think. Got that one. What I'll do is when I do the outside of the boat, I'll open up the hole from the other side once I've got the window out of the way. And then I'll grind into it, into that filler that squidged through, clean it all out from the other side as well, and then redo it. I'll get it all out from this side first, that's fine. elongated hole there. It's really wedged into the corner. Wasn't planning on redoing all the holes, but I just wanted to stabilise this surface with a bit of glass. But it's not looking quite that simple. I've got to rake out all the holes more and do them at the same time. I'll have to re-drill these holes to fix the porthole windows back in as well. I'll do that from the other side. Using the holes on the window to drill straight through and put one hole in there, not this thing that's got like a hole there and a hole there, where someone obviously drilled a hole and messed up, or put the window back in a different position and had to re-drill a hole or something. I'll get rid of all this silicone that's in there because that's no good. So yeah, all the tools I've got at work, got hardly anything here, bare minimum. As long as it's not stuck on the inside, on the glass, it'll be alright. It's just a little bit on the other side. That's hanging out the other side of the window. It's not in the glass. So I'm only going to block the hole up with a bit of filler. And then glass over it and build it up. So technically it doesn't really matter if that's on the other side. It's not going to be stuck to the boat that's in the window. Which has all got to be removed when I take that out. So I could fill this side just to glass it, and then I'll take the silicone out of the other side when I go outside, when it's not pouring with rain. No silicone stuck to the fiberglass on this side of the hole now. That's better. It is a dry day as well. I'll take the cover off outside and remove the screws, last couple of screws out the screen on the other side. Get rid of those. I've got to glass that underside of the deck. Those screws are going to be in the way. Right, that side's pretty much done. Those with a small iron, so they're done, those are done. That's got to be filled. Right, that's all my holes done. Chunk of crud there. It's all going to have to be replaced anyway, all the glass work. So it's all got to come off. I just want it sealed for now so it don't let water in. Right, that's one side ready. You can hear it pop through the glass, you can feel it, yeah. Don't want it to go right through the perspex. Or polycarbonate, what it's made of. Like that one. So they're all going to be replaced anyway. At the moment I'm just trying to clear out the glass so I can fill this side. Checking the holes to make sure they're fiberglass that's clean out and not silicone left. I've got a few little bits, I think, where the window was glued in. Yeah, the silicone is between the window and the glass in the hole. So what I want to do is make sure that isn't there when I bond it in a minute to seal the hole up and glass over it. I don't want to be bonding silicone into the mix because that won't be a strong repair. Ideally what I need to do is take the window off the outside, go right through. Unfortunately it's pouring with rain and I can't do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to repair this side of the hole and glass it all up, and then when I do the other side I'll clean right back through to the filler that I put in here, so it's nearly at this side, and I'll repair it all from the outside in as well, so that it's, you know, it's doubled up, and that way once I've got the window off and cleaning the outside I'll know there's no silicone left in the hole. This side at the moment will just ensure that I can glass the whole inside. There you go, look, that's got that out, so it's just popped the other side of the window there. Silicone dropped out, look, it's down there. A little bit in the top there, get rid of that. I haven't got a bigger drill bit I can go through it with, but I think what it'll do is it'll still, it doesn't matter how big a hole I go through with, I'm still going to have that line of silicone where the window's sealed on. There's no getting rid of that. What I'm trying to do is make sure it's not in the glass that I'm repairing, you know. So what we're cleaning out now is basically the silicone between the glass and the boat. That's the join. So I can see the other side of the fiberglass and then the window in there. And that's the silicone that's between the two. Because I hollowed into this, I've thinned it right down. I want to get my bonding paste to stick in there and then build it up with glass over the top and then glass over the whole lot. So these bits will be reinforced. That's the plan anyway. Then like I say, when I take the window off the other side I'll do the same again. I'll hollow them out, grind into it. That went easy. And then do the same from the outside, so that way I'll know there'll be nothing there. Yeah. Right, I'm just going to finish these off and I'll come back. Okay, so that's all done. I've gone round, cleared out the rest of the holes. That side's all ready to go, and done the same that side. So now what we'll do is acetone it up, cut some cloth. I'm going to go for a section that will cover that, a little patch to cover that, and then we'll do this bit separately and tie it all in together. Yeah, so I'm going to fill these first, a little bit of filler in there, a little bit of glass to build it up, so I'll bring it back up to level, and then one sheet of glass over the whole lot to tie it all in. That's the plan. Spotted another hole. It's got something in there that's wet. Oh, let's run a drill through there.
Okay, so I've drilled out another hole there, and I've just levelled it down a little bit, bring it in line with these ones, so I can fill all that and then treat that as one hole basically. I'll take a little bit more off of there. I can build this up as one hole, cover it all up. That was odd, there was a little hole there, didn't see it before, but I just caught it with my finger and it was wet, like, you know, like some sort of wet filler crud inside. So probably where it's been raining, it's got damp, and it wasn't waterproof like boat filler. So yeah, good job we spotted that. Right, need to get some glass cut. Okay, so I've got some glass here. I need 19 inches by 19 inches. So, only got to be roughly mark there. Up there. What I didn't realise, I've just been down the shop and picked up some more resin, because I knew I was about out of resin. What I didn't realise is I was about out of cloth as well. So now we should have roughly 19 by 19. Yep, that's all we've got left. We've got 18 by 19 left. So near enough for the other side. I will probably do that. Tiny little bit, yeah, that'll probably do the other side. If I've got time, I might even get the other side done. But we've got one bit for this side, and I'll need some little offcuts, which I've got a few of those about, to fill in the holes. Right, so there's my glass cut. That's going to go down this edge. I didn't feather this edge, because I can lose that into there with a bit of filler. It's coming up to the edge of the window there, cut little wispy bits to trim. We'll roll that just round the top there, goes into there. That should come down just over my locker edge there, enough to just trim off. A little bit of filler and trimming down there. I need a tiny little bit extra to go into this corner here. We'll do that while we're there. That looks good. Brilliant. Yeah, happy with that. That down there. So that's that covered, so we know we can get that in, and that comes down to here. So I'll run that along there, and then we'll have to trim it off. So that's all good. I'll have to tie in the extra little bits at a later date, or cut some more cloth to do that. I'll get it all fitted first and see how it fits, and then if I've got some little bits I'll patch that in. But yeah, that should work well. So I need some little bits to cover this lot now. Right, we're just going to go with tearing some bits out to cover this lot. So we'll bob that in there. couple of little bits for each hole. Get 12 bits for that. I want a bit for this. So I'll try and do all this in one. There. That off slightly. Cover those. So that's one cover for the lot. I want a couple of little bits to just build it up underneath that first. A couple of them holes up. A bit for up there. Just tie that in one bit across there. That much in there. That'll wrap round that corner. Just go around in one actually. Leave that like that. Just going to give me a hard edge there, though, isn't it? That will show up underneath the glass. I'm just going to feather that off. So just plucking the end off there to feather that up a little bit. That'll make it blend in a little bit better. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Right, then we've got this to take off, but I've got a screw right there. I might leave this for another time and we'll glass this lot in one. Just going to get this side done today. We've got all the bits cut there. Need to go back down the shop again when I've finished. 2 bits for that. One. I only need one. I'll keep 2 just in case. If I build up too much glass and it bulges out, that's fine. As long as there's no air voids under there, I can sand it back flat. But what I'm hoping to do is fill it, glass the whole thing in one go, let it tack off so it ain't moving, then spread it with some fairing compound rather than gel coating it, letting it dry, and then sanding the gel coat back. What I was thinking I can do is I might be able to just fair it, and then I've only got to sand it to shape and it's ready to go. Whereas if I gel coat it, then I'll have to sand it. If there's any little bits that ain't right, I'm going to have to fair it and then re-gel coat it again. So yeah, it'll just, I'll be gel coating it twice. So that's my theory anyway. Right, that's all prepped up, so I've just got to acetone this up and mix up some stuff now to go in there, and we can get some glassing done. Right, back in a moment. Okay, so it's all acetoned up, ready to go, and everything's clean. I've got my glass cut. I've got some filler ready to just add the catalyst. What I do need to do is just mark out this window and remove this section. Although just feeling for the edge and dotting it and then joining the dots. There we go. Nearly done. Got a bit of light shining through this side so I can see the edge a little better. Can't really see much on this side, it's too dark. There we go, so that's my porthole area marked out, so I can just snip into that now and remove that. Just poked a little hole in. Now it doesn't matter if I cut outside the line, making it slightly oversized on the hole. Yeah, so it comes up short on the edge. Because as I put the glass on and roll it out, it'll stretch out anyway, so it'll hang over the edge. It will grow. If you ever put a length of glass on, it always ends up longer than you cut it out. go. One hole removed. Technically it's one circle we removed, leaving a hole. The only way to remove a hole is to fill it in. Right, let's tie that up there. Up to that edge, up to there. Yeah, that's pretty darn good. A little short there and a little right up to the edge there. But, so by the time I roll that out, that won't notice at all. Brilliant. Up to the edge of the window there. So this bit is glassed up to, well, it's all glassed up to here really, but I just need to tie that in. It's a bit higher here than there, so a little bit in there will tie that. And then going down here, we'll do that later. That looks good to me. Right, let's get cracking.